Last week I posted a video about how my husband and son went to Jimmy John's and they spent $28 for the two of them to eat, and I could not believe how much money it was just for a couple of subs. So now I am determined to figure out how to make a sub roll that's very similar to Jimmy John's so that no one has a desire to ever spend that much money again. The video I posted turned out really great. I was really happy with it. However, I was determined to get it a little bit closer. And now this is my 5th attempt to try and get it, with each attempt being a little bit different than the last. This one has been my favorite so far. However, none of them have turned out bad. Just the little bit tweaking, I feel like this is a little bit closer. However, I have concluded that the only true way to know if it is close is by doing a taste test. And I'm not really going to go to Jimmy John's to spend more money to have a taste test. So you guys can be the judge of that. But I'm happy with it. My whole family was happy with it. They really like how these turned out, and my husband and son conclude that it did taste very similar to Jimmy John's. They're telling me the truth, great. If not, no big deal, because they were still happy with it. But I'll put the full recipe in the description below, but go back to that other video and check out that recipe and keep them both, because it's always nice to have multiple recipes of the same thing in case you don't have the ingredients of one. I got quite a few comments on my last video about how you can go and buy the bread straight from Jimmy John's, and that's a great alternative. However, I love that this bread has very few ingredients. I know exactly what's in it, and it still turns out delicious. So if you're like me, save this recipe because you won't be disappointed with how it turns out. Absolutely delicious. Don't forget to follow for more posts like this, and enjoy.